So it is identical only. Okay, I hope screen is visible to you and it is audible. So as I mentioned, we use GTD, sorry, RT Toolbox 3, right? So RT Toolbox 3 software. So let me open the software and show you the settings. RT Toolbox 3 software you need to have first to do the programming, parameter setting or monitoring mm, for Mitsubishi robots. See, if you have already created workspace, you need to have one workspace for this one first. Uh, if you have, you can use open option. So otherwise, you can create new one. Okay. So workspace name you need to give and select OK. So on left hand side, okay, there is a pop-up window. 1 to 8 settings we need to do. So to create new workspace. So first one is outline. Here in this one, so project name we can give. So it is RC1. Okay, by default RC1 it will come. So if you want to change the name, you can change it. Okay. So after that, select next. Then here robot model we need to select. So FRD series, FRR series, Q series. Okay, so like that we need to select. Let us say if you are using F series robots, okay, F series robots if you are using F series robot, controller required is CR750 or 51. And if you are using FR series, so whatever I given the explanation, so it's on FR series only. So CR800, I explained about the controller also, right? CR800. Then comes standalone or R type in the controller we need to select. Here it is FRD series. So standalone I'm selecting. Okay. Actually, so whatever the series you are using, we can select on that. So it is standard type it is. Then payload. So 4 kg I'm using, for example. So here I have to select the model. So I selected 4 kg FRD standalone controller type CR800. Then third option is a communication. So if you want to communicate with the robot controller from our laptop or PC, so we have two options. One is Ethernet and another one is USB. USB is a kind of a small or mini USB disk. So here we need to select that option. Okay. So later also you can change it. Okay. Options. So one is USB and another one is TCP/IP if you are using Ethernet communication between controller and PC. So otherwise USB. So by default USB is there. I'm going to select USB, and this is IP address for the controller by default. Okay, default IP address it will be 192.168.0.20. Select next. Then fourth option is a language. So in RT Toolbox 3 also it uses Melfa Basic. Melfa works or Melfa basic language. So there are different series here, 5 and 6. So version 5 and 6 difference is like it's having advanced instructions or commands in this. So by default it is there, and by default language, uh, regional language or the OS it will take by default. So these are the OS we can select in case required. Select next. So fifth option is travel access. For your information, with this, 1 minute. With this ARM, if you are installing it on a base, standard base, so ideal, okay, so you can install. Otherwise, sometime it is required to move the robot in X and Y direction directly. So in that case, so there is a table X, Y tables. So on that it is installed. Okay, so in that case, X and Y are two axis, additional axis. These are okay. So that we can add with the robot. So in that case, additional axis XYZ XY tables if you want to use, we can select here. Okay, we can click over here. So then they will be selected, and related parameters we need to select in that case. So additionally, any servos or access if you want to add, so it is on travel access we need to add. So next is this is a sixth setting, robot additional access settings. So this is required if you add any additional access. So in fifth option, if you add any travel access, so it's related settings it is. So when you are using, select uh, one. Okay. So next is two. You can select, and which access. So already six joints or access are there, and it will be seventh, and next one is eighth, like this. And so other settings like you want to move it in clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction. Then you've heard about the acceleration and deceleration. So this is required. It's a time, right? This is the time in that it will reach its desired speed. So that is acceleration time, and from the running speed it will come to the zero. That is deceleration. So that settings we can do here, and maximum jog speed, what is that, and forward reverse movements. So that settings related to travel access we can do. So in simple terms, so with the robot we can add additional access also. So just I'm selecting as it is. So now we are not using this one. So after that, so select next. Seventh one is tool. Tool is what, this is a device. Okay, tool you will understand. Just 1 minute. So I'm going to show you different tools are used. Yeah. Exactly tool called, right. So these are the tools. So these are connected on J6 joint or J6 axis of the robot. Okay. So here J6 joint will be connected, and these are the sometimes these are called as tools or grippers. Okay, such grippers also available, angular, parallel. So if you want to hold any workpiece, so it is in parallel type, so that then we can use this. And there is a three jaw parallel gripper also, like this, and these are vacuum gripper. For this one we need to give air here, pneumatic supply is required, right? And testing tools, pencils, other grinding, we discussed about grinding machines, okay, with the robot application in grinding uh, work. So in that case, such tools we can connect to the robot also. Buffing wheels, okay, glue, for the glue application, glue tool is there. Arc welding, in that case, arc torch is there. Spot welding torch, laser uh, tools. Okay. So these are the grippers. So this is for your information. So such tools, okay. So in the seven settings, such tool dimension we can select here. X, Y, Z, and ABC are the angular degrees, you can say. So such 16 tools we can create. So this is very much required when we do a precise operations, very accurate operation if we need. So we need to select the dimensions, because so by the dimension what we set here this one and add setting. So both are so this is the tool, which type of tool we are creating. Okay, that dimension we can give. So then only our operation will be proper. So next, these dimension and weight and size is there. So in this setting, work means our job here. So any material we want to hold by the gripper, uh, okay, which is connected to the robot or the tool. So that distance, workpiece details here. So what are the details? Size is required, and gravity, center of gravity we need to enter. So here XYZ. So weight in kg we have set. Hand is our tool exactly, or the gripper you can call. So its size and center of gravity we need to set. Why it is required? You want to operate the robot. If you want to operate the robot in high speed, okay, and at the same time, if you want more precise operation by the robot, so if you set these data, what it will do, it will calculate itself to overcome the lagging or inertia, you can call it as. So by these details, it will calculate inertia. It will avoid the inertia, so that we can go fast with the robot for precise operation. Means at the same time we can achieve high speed and right and accuracy also. So if we give this data, this is last setting. We can so when we create workspace, right? So at last you can click on finish. Now it is created, and we have option here. So directly it will ask whether we want to connect online mode or we want to do it on simulation. So online means directly I have to connect to the robot. So by connecting Ethernet cable or mini USB as I mentioned. So now I'm going to use simulation mode. So on the right hand side, as I mentioned, there is a simulation mode. So whatever the mode selected, it will show here. And on right hand side, there is a property here. So whatever device or the robot model you select, whatever you select here, so that property is we are able to see on the right hand side. And on the left hand side, it is a workspace details. Here you can see first is 3D monitor. 3D monitor, whatever we are observing here, it is a 3D monitor. Then, as I mentioned, Melfaworks uses SolidWorks also. If you want to interface that SolidWorks, this option can be used. Melfaworks start, save, and end likewise. Then RC1 is a project we created. In that, all parameters in that it is in simulation mode right now. So it's our robot model, then operation panel. This is operation panel. If I close here, I can open from this option again. And program. So this is a program where your application programs, we can create it. Right click and add the program here. And Spline, the CAD files directly can be imported, and Spline programs can be created for the robot operation. Then different parameters. So there are parameters related to homing, there are parameters related to jogging operation, signal related communication, safety parameters. All these parameters we can find under parameters setting here. Then monitor. If you want to monitor the robot movement, okay, or its signal, any signal is on or off, external signals. No? Signals means digital signals, discrete input and output. So we can observe here. And operation here, operation information of the robot. Okay, how many cycles it is completed and what is its cycle time. Okay, that we can observe in this option. Then about the servo, what is servo means directly axis we call. Okay, so each axis, its movement, speed, and how much percentage of load it is taking. So that we can observe here. And maintenance is there. If you want to do any maintenance like greasing applications we used to do for the robot, and oil supply to some parts in the robot. So if you want to do the maintenance, in that case, okay, so this data we can we have to reset. Okay, you are doing maintenance right now, and from here it will be a new hours and days for the robot. So that way we can reset here if you want to reset after maintenance. So fresh days will start from here, so that they will from Mitsubishi they will ask you to do maintenance. Okay, there will be monthly maintenance, once in a 3 months, once in a 6 months, and yearly maintenance. Okay, maintenance forecast, maintenance separate details are there, so we can go through in that case if you want to maintain it. So this option maintenance settings are available here. Then this is MelfaWorks. If you want to calibrate a tool, so I mentioned gripper or tool. So if you want to calibrate that tool, we can use this option. And if we want to create a parameter backup, software backup, and origin data backup, okay, so these backups are very important. Program backup are required. First one is origin data. So otherwise your robot will not run. Origin data backup is required. Program backup and parameter. If we have this much, even if your robot lose its any of these data, we can restore them. Okay, so there is a method to create backup also, okay, here, and it will be available in this in these folders, and we can restore them also. So this is about the tool. And online, if you go here, there is a servo start stop options are there, and there is IO simulator also. With the PLC we can do the simulation also here. So that start option is available. And 3D view, there are some files. We can create our own hand files here, layout files, and any robot parts here. So like if you're getting any SolidWorks or any modeling parts, if you want to import them, so with the help of MelfaWorks option and these options, we can create separate parts here. Okay, then these are options which all you want to observe or select, deselect, we can do. Then the home option. Okay, so there are options. You can switch between offline mode, online, and simulator. So the version I am having is version information and other details, or if you want to connect to the manuals or global websites, In help file, it's all available. Language is there, manual is there, its website it will go, and version of information. So I have RT Toolbox 3 Pro version 1.70 byte right now. So like this, you can check it. Okay, so this is about the this tool, how we can use and what all options available. Now we'll start with the basic operations. In 3D operation, let us say if you want to move this robot, for example, like this. So as I mentioned, jog is very important. I mean, jog operation we need to do for teaching and teaching also. Storing the positions. How we have to do that? In this one, in simulation, in actual case, we need to use teaching pendant or teaching box is available that I shown in the PPT. Okay, so here in simulation, if you want to do this in this panel, there is a jog option. You can click on the jog, and so J1, J2 up to J6 it will be available, and it is its current degree, it is each axis degree, and plus minus options are there. By clicking plus and minus, clockwise, anti-clockwise, or forward reverse movement, we can do each joint. So now I mentioned in the jog operation also there are different modes. One is joint mode, and the other is XYZ, that is word coordinates, and the 3XYZ is also there. So that is also on the left. So that we can select from here. Okay, joint is there, XYZ is there, tool also there, 3 axis. Then if you want to move it in cylindrical format, then work. So any method you can use to teach or to create the positions. So now it is in joint. I'll show you in joint mode how it will operate. You can see J1 if I want to move. J1, where is J1 axis? This is J1. So this whole part will move. Okay. You can just see here J1. This J1, it is maximum its degree, it is minus 240, it will move, and plus 240. Total J1 axis moment it is. You use plus, okay, nearly 240 degrees forward and reverse J1 will move. And J2 axis, as I mentioned, this is J1, J2 it is here, this axis. So it will move up and down. So you can see this minus and this is plus. So now if you see it is moving very fast, can reduce the speed also. Speed is this part, override. Override is speed. So its speed is 30. You can see the moment now. It is low. Forward, reverse. Similarly, J3 is there, and it will this axis also move like J2, J2 only. I mean, up and down. So this is J3. Joint 3. Reach I shown you. Reach is what? So you can see J5 also I will move. This is a reach. So max, vertically how much maximum it can reach. So then if I use J2, 1 minute, just show you. This is in X direction and the Y direction. This is maximum reach here, and similarly on the forward direction, it's also this is max reach. And use J1, this is maximum reach, envelope, whatever you can call it as. It's moment it is. Now we can see J4. This is J4 axis. This whole part is From here to here it is J4. J4 you can see how it will move. So it is clockwise anti-clockwise movement it is. So it will give us a rotary movement for the tool or the object we want to place or pick. Then there is J6. So this is small part. I can see a black part that is available here. It's a J6. It will move clockwise anti-clockwise. Directly tool will move if J6 axis it moves. It moves nearly plus or minus 360 degrees. You can see this is the maximum movement here. So this is movement. Okay. So what effect it is there when I use XYZ? XYZ I selected in X direction. This is X direction. Okay. This is X direction. So whole robot will move in X direction if I use this one. You can see. So that happens using interpolation because all x's they are involved in the movement. Interpolated it is called as. And y, this is y direction. If I use y, so in y direction it will move. Z, if you want to see its and if this is the direction, if you want to align it in a proper way, there is a hand align option also. Okay, and there is home position also. Always there is some home position, and that is different from origin. Origin is different and home is different. This is its home position. Okay, like this we can do the movement for x, y, and z. So then if I use again joint mode, if I will reduce we are in this direction. Can use align again, so it will align in this direction. What I want to do is I want to pick some part from here. I want to place over here. So for that I have to teach the moments first. I'll for only understanding purpose I'll take some object here. There are two objects I need just to draw it. So I'm going to add an object. So this is object here. And if you want to change the object distances position, you can change it. This is x direction. You can see it's moving near, and similarly if I want to take it on y direction, so this is y direction it's moving. Okay, so this is one object, and I will add one more object. So its x direction is 265 and y is 235. So similarly I'll set this for other object also. X is 265 and it is minus 236. plus 236 I will do. So on other side it will flex here. Okay, like this two objects. And if I want to place the robot here, control and arrow. If this way I can directly place over here. So now if I want to create any program positions, what I have to do, so here in the program I can add one new program here. So I'm going to create program 1, ERG1 it is. So if you create new project, it is workspace, or I can say program area where we can write the program here. Now for that I have to save the positions. So whatever the position is there, it's current position. Okay, I want to save this position. So this is position 1, or it's P2. I'm going to store it as. It's a current position. So you have to select this and click on get current position. It's current position. Another position I want to create is P1. P1 is where the linear movement I need from here. So linearly it has to go up, right? So that is XYZ I will use, and in that case Z plus only I will do. Okay, straight way it will move. So this is P1 exactly I want to teach. So now I move the robot from here to here, and I want to store this position in P1. So click on P1 and click on get current position. Okay, so now Z value is changed. Okay, so like this we have to store the positions. Now I want to store here this position. This is P1, P2, P3 and P4 it is. I'm creating P4 it is. This position. Okay, click on P4 and select get current position. So one more position P3 I need. Okay, always please remember you have to start with P only. So whenever you want to store the position, you have to start with P. So now what I'll do using set, I'll move here also. This is P3 position. Now I'll store the P3, click on P3 and select on or click on get current position. So it is that. So here let us say P1 is also at same height, and P3 also if you want to make same height, you can change the value also, for example like that. 3 by 40 and do like this. Now positions we stored, I have to write the sequence for this, how robot will move. Okay, for that, so there are instructions called move and MVS, like that instructions are available. So when I use move, it will move to that position. So I'm selecting here move P1. First it will go, and from it is at P1, from P1 to it should go to P2 straight way. What is difference between this instruction and this move command and MVS command? MVS move straight line it will take, and move whatever the shortest path for the robot it will take the move. That is okay. This is linear interpolation, and it is only interpolation it is called as. And from here now, so my movement I am going to tell you. So what is that? It is P1 here somewhere. From P1 to P2 it will come. It will pick this part, for example. But presently it will not pick. But it is a concept. On actual robot, you can do that. Uh, from here, it will go back again straight to P1. From P1 to P3, it will come again P4 position. It will go and it will drop here, and it will come back to P2, and again its home position. So this is our sequence we have to do. So first P1 it comes from whatever the position it is there. Then P2 straightway it will go. Then if you want to give any delay over there, so DLY is a one command or instruction. We can give the 0.5 second delay, and straightway it has to go to again back P1. From P1 to it will go to here. I can use move P3. Wherever linear straight way movement you required, I can go use MVS P4 and delay of 5 seconds. Then it will go back to P3 again. From P3 to there is one home position. Okay, so that is global variables are there. Some global variable or the labels or the positions they are already available. Move P underscore. If you use underscore value, so it is a global variable or the position value. Safe. Safe is a home position value. So it will go to the safe position. So now I created this one, and we have to check whether syntax any syntax error or the commands written are correct or not. So click here syntax check. We will check no syntax error. Now if I want to download this to the robot, there are two options. One is file, you can go save as to the robot, you can do it, and it will be downloaded to the robot. Okay, so this program, so now it will be downloaded to this one. So otherwise, from here only, right click, transfer all to the controller we can do. So both are options. They download the program to the controller. So now your program is downloaded. If you want to operate it in auto mode, so always you have to in online mode. Always you have to check the positions properly, whatever it is stored. So whether it is moving properly or not, then you can shift it to the auto mode. Automatically it will move then. Now it's in simulation mode. I'm going to select the program here. So there is a select this program. Okay. So now if I want to give start, very first thing is servo on we have to do. So all these servos in the robot, they are on condition now, and if I give start command, it starts moving directly now. Start, you can see here, this is robot movement. So now what is the here in the line also it is showing which line it is running. So it will come from P1 to P2, P2 back to P1, then P3, P4, P4 to P3 back again, then home position. This is home position. From there it is repeating. So always it will repeat cycle every time. Okay. If you want to stop after one cycle, you want to give start command one more time every time. So you can use HLT. So there is a halt command. So I'll stop it. If you want to download any program, you have to stop it and transfer to the controller. So I can give start command. Now it will stop after the reaching home position here. It will stop here, right? So that is 10th step. If I want to start again, I have to give the start command one more. So if you want to comment anything, so there is a single comma we need to use. So this is commenting. It will not be accepted as a program now. And if I want to increase the speed, so I can increase speed from here. It's 100% speed. Always speed is in terms of percentage. 100% speed means there are, as I mentioned, told earlier. So it is having servo motors of different speeds with each joint. So different speed means it is a cumulative or combined speed. It is okay, that is 100% right now. At this position, it has to do its operation properly. Properly, it has to come to P1, P2. It has to drop and it has to pick and come to P3, P4. It has to drop and go back to home position. So, at what speed we are getting this accuracy, proper movement, then so that is called its maximum payload and its accuracy, and at that rate is called its maximum speed. So anyone have questions here till now? So remaining part I will tell how to create a backup, how to monitor it, how to set any parameters, okay, and origin backup and restoration values. So that's also important. If anyone have any questions, uh, write in chat box or you can ask. Unmute and speak.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, is it possible to increase the volume in your site, sir?
Okay, okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So is it audible, sir, now?
Sir, it is audible to us, sir, but some of the participants are texting like that. Please increase the volume like that. They
Oh,
have put it in chat box. That's why I told you, sir.
okay. Now I'm using headphones actually. I think it
Okay,
is
sir.
audible. I think. So if
Okay.
that is the case, let me know. Any query on that?
Sir, one more question which is posted in chat box, sir.
Okay. Just a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Audio is very poor. Right. Poor network connections. Yeah. It is open source software. Yeah. Sir. Generally, okay, you can install, you can get the backup from the Mitsubishi salesperson and you can install at your end. Okay, it will not be any problem. But so from your IT side, if they are allowing only a known source of softwares, okay, then you have to get the licensed. But it is anyway, the trial version also it's there, it will work, no issue. Almost like all Mitsubishi softwares also they are there except SCADA and others. Trial versions you will get. Oh, for PLC also, for servo software also, VFD. Okay, so this thing you can get. HMI softwares also. Okay, fine. You can write your questions queries on chat box. So we will check on that. Okay. So now, so I hope you are getting these points. Anyway, but it is a new topic or new thing, maybe software to your side. But things are like easy and clear. That's why I'm asking if you have any queries. Okay, at that point only you can get clarification. So what we did is we created the workspace first. We understood this tool. Left side, whatever the workspace we created, these options are there, and this is operating panel it is. Okay, and in simulation we selected simulation. Under simulation all these options are available. and on right hand side there is the property window for the robot. And if you want to create programs, first we should have a positions. Creating position is also very easy. Okay, so by moving in the jog mode, okay, either in X, Y, Z or in joint. So we moved P1, then P2, okay, likewise two positions. Another side P3, P4 we seen. So those positions first we stored here, and after that we return the program. Move means simply it will robot will move to that P1. P1 position is what, in X direction this, Y direction this value, that this, that position it will move. After that P2, P1, P3, P4, likewise sequence we return same way, one line, second line, third line, likewise it will move. So in software only, if you want to apply any speed limits, right? Speed limit if we want to apply. Now you can see the speed here. This is 100% speed. So if I want to reduce it, so there is a instruction command OVRD. Here what is there? Override. So OVRD is override. I want to reduce it to 50%. So it is in terms of percentage again 50. So now I'll stop it and I will transfer or download it to the robot controller again. So now I'll just give the start command one more time. So from here you can see, so not that much considerable speed it is. Okay, so you're not getting that much difference. Just let me make it 20% only. So this way I can reduce the speed. Set. Okay, then servo on, start. You can see from here P1 to P3 it's going with a small slow speed. Afterwards it will continue with a 50%, 20% only. So like that we can apply the speed also. All right, if you want to monitor these movements and values, so robot movement, you can go to the slot. The program we can add in terms of slot also. The first program is added in this slot. Okay, slot configuration also I can do. There are any repetitive programs I want to run on the robot, which is created program one now. It's only one program. Number of repeat times and repeat mode we can set here. Then our slot program one is happening here. So it is moving based on that each line it shows us. And if you want to monitor any command values here, I can add that variable P1. Okay, for example. Okay, so here P1 movement will shown us. So how much distance it is. And apart from this, if you want to observe any input is getting on or off in the robot movement, so that we can understand. These are digital inputs, these are outputs. These two outputs are on now. If let us say if you want to give any input or output interlock in this case, so we can give the interlocks also. Let me change in the program. So I'll give wait condition here. Wait in. Okay, just a minute. Okay. If you want to use input, for example, from clicking here, you can check on the F1 button here. Okay, for any help, select it and we'll go to the input directly. So these are different commands and instructions, they are available. Okay, you can get all those information also. Hello. For example, any input, let's say 10 is equal to 1. Right? If input check the syntax first. There is syntax error. Just a minute. So like this we have to write. If you want to write any input or output, we have to write like this. M is a counter or a register, for example, in the programming. So we have to write like this. M underscore in to write. So here in in this option they are available. Just a minute. If you want to write in 16 is there, 32 8 and B, right? Then word. So 16 means 16 bit it will take. In 32 means 32 bits it will take. One word stores 16 bits, right? Likewise 32 bit also we can create register. Okay, and inb is 8 bits and it's a bit again. Inb also we can use. So now so this is 10th output input. So I'll stop this and I'll write it to the program. It's completed, and if I give start command, it's waiting here in first line only. It is waiting because there is a 10th bit it should get on, then only so it will start moving. So here forcefully I can switch on this input. For that I have to go to the monitor and signal, general purpose signals. 10th is this one. Okay, during start condition I can do it. I have to stop it and yeah, it's on now. It's on now. Okay, if I give start command, it will move now. So you can say it is moving. So till that signal gets off again, so it is moving continuously. So this is how input or output interlocking we can give in the sequencing programming. Okay, so there are some values also. For example, you can see if I stop this and if I select home position, so this is its home position. Okay, in this condition it's home position. So I can change this value also. I'm just telling like how and where we have to change the parameters. So this is about program we done and parameters if you see, and this parameter is called home parameter. Okay, or the home position it is. So it is available here. There are different parameters are there for jog, hand, motion limits, settings, and tool related home position it is. So J5 is minus 90. I'll just make it plus 90, and we can write it now. So when program is downloaded, one parameter is downloaded, it will power off itself and reboot again. Now you can see this home position is changed now. Okay, it was minus 50 and means J5 axis is on upside. Now I changed it to 90, means it is down. So like this I can change the position. So this is called as home position. Home position and origin are different. Origin means for this axis there is always one reference point from here, center point you can say, for each joint. So that point we have to define or teach to the robot like that. This is it's for the J1 axis, this is the start point, and from here clockwise 240, anti-clockwise 240 degrees you can move likewise. So that is the meaning of origin setting. Now if you want to create backups, okay, how we can create the backup? For example, I written one program here. Okay, so if because of battery failure, generally in FR series controller battery is not there. Okay, so it uses non-volatile memory and it stores program backups. In F series, the previous series, it is using battery in both controller and ARM also. If the voltage level goes down, we need to change those batteries. Okay, so I'll tell you how to create the backups. First is origin backup, program, and parameter backup. So to create the origin backup, backups are important. Okay, so whenever there is an error happens, or always if you want to work newly on the robot, so having backup is very a good thing. So go to the backup here, right click. Okay, click on the okay, all here. Just 1 minute. First thing is our task is origin data backup. So go to maintenance. Here there is a origin data. So and last option here, in origin also there are different methods. Okay, whenever you actually work on the robot, the origin setting methods we need to follow. So in that, mechanical stopper method is there, tool method, ABS origin methods are there. So okay, user origin method. So now I want to back up this data. Click on backup origin parameter, save to file. From the robot, I'm storing this file. Okay, there is a file here, org. So same one I'm replacing. So it is stored now. Okay, I can restore anytime when it is required. Now I can take the program backups also, program and parameter. here program backup I will take, and okay, so the location also can give the backup path, so it's there here. Okay, so you can give the respective path where you want to store it. So I'll just change this name to PRG, that is program. Okay, okay, so it will take the backup from the robot to the our PC, this story. And similarly, if I want to take the backup of all also I can take. Okay, parameter, then system parameters. PRM, parameter. Okay, create. Okay, then select okay, it's taking backup, parameter backup. It's completed. You can take backup of system program also. Yes, PRM, system parameter or program. Okay, so all backups they are created. Now if you want to restore, first we start with the restoring. So we created backup, they are available here. Our program backup, this is parameter backup, and this is system parameter or system program. And we started with the origin data. Again, go to the maintenance, origin data, sorry, the origin data here, and here click backup. And now it's not saved to file, it's select file to download into the robot, same which I stored here. I'm going to select org, then transmit. So now it will be downloaded, origin data is downloaded to the robot controller. So this is how to restore the origin data. Okay, so it is software is restarted. Okay, controller is restarted, so that's why it takes time to reboot. So origin data backup and restoration is completed. So if you want to restore the program or parameters, for example, what I'll do, I'll delete one program. Okay, so what we have one program here, I'm going to delete from here. Okay, and I will load it from whatever the backup I have. Okay, now there is no program. So now it's simple here. So go to the program and click right and click on restore. Okay, so it will show this these options. You can see here from PC to it's a robot controller. Select OK, yes. So now it is restoring these parameters, this backup to the after controller power off and on. So it will show in the program backup. Okay, now I can go to the program. That program is available here. Okay, like that, if during the maintenance, if it loses any position or origin data or any backup, so if you have backup, we can restore it. So always before maintenance, you should have all these backups of the files you have to store. And there are other instructions also. So important thing, like if you want to apply any repetitive operations, if you want to do in program also, we can do such settings. Okay, so if you see here, we can use for and next loop here. For and next loop is there. So whenever you want to repeat those part of program, right, we can use that. So here I can add it. So it will go to the safety position only one time after 5 times. So next I can use here. If we want to repeat this for M1 is a counter equal to 1 to 5, for example. 5 times if you want to repeat it. So I'll comment this wait condition because I need to start every time. I'll load this program again, servo on and start. Now you can see it's not going its home position. Home position is somewhere here. So after 5 cycles only it will go to the home position. This is third, I think, fourth. So this time after completing on here this position, it will go back here. Okay, just a minute. No, it's not. Just a minute. Okay, its position, home position is also same one. Now because we changed it, no? That's why we are not able to find it. So I'll change its home position. So I'll teach one home position, okay, for our understanding. So I'll stop it. Somewhere here I'll take the robot. let's say it is its home position. Okay, I can create one home position here, add p home current position, whatever is there, get current position, and I will change this global variable to p home. So after 5 cycles, it should go here. So servo on and give the start command, and 2. How many times? Okay, after 5 times only it will go there and it will come back again. It will repeat the cycles again. So we can also put the for and next loop if our sequences are like that. Okay, this is one pattern. Just say if we have any pattern like this, okay, this is a kind of arc if we want to create. Okay, in that case we can do this. To create arc, we have to use mvr instruction. MVR is required, which is for the arc. So this is followed by 3 positions of what? P2, P3 and P4. From P2 is the start point and P4 is the end point. It will cover via P3 through the P3. So P2, P3, P4. So MVR. So arc it will create. So this is one instruction is there. And if you want to do the continuous operation, CNT1 is also used. And if there are any circle kind of thing you want to create, so that is possible using instruction or the command called mvc. Mvc instruction is there. Here also 3 positions we need to give. So one is from here, one is somewhere here, one is here. So like using all these 3 points, it will create the circle. And there are commands and for the creation of palette. Okay, palette means whenever there is a packaging to create packs of different goods in industry, so palette is used. So on the conveyor, this part is coming. This is robot arm. So this is our hand. So from here it will come and it will pick this part and place from here. So first here, second time here, third, fourth, likewise. Then it will come here this way, this way. So it will complete the palette. To create that, there is an instruction called defplt1, define palette, plt1 palette number it is, and it also requires 3 positions, p10, 11 and 12, and 4 3 1. So how many rows, columns, and from where it has to start, 1 2. Okay, 1 if you write, so from first position it will start. So like this applications we can do, or they used to do in industry using robots. Okay, for material handling it is used. And from the monitoring point also I shown you. Okay, robot movement, here we are seeing there are any errors, error also we can check, and signals also we monitored, we forcefully switched on there. wait m_in10. Then operation cycle, how many times it is completed? Okay, 8 cycles it is completed. Operation cycle time is 4 okay, 4 minute it is 4 minutes 13 seconds till now it is total. Average cycle time is 31 seconds likewise, and new cycle time every time it will update. Okay, this is monitoring. And if you want to see the servo values, so it's absolute moment in terms of pulses, always it moves in the pulses. And if you want to see its current or load percentage, you can see on J1 it is 4% load it is only, whereas J3 is taking much heavy load here. For example, because if you check its moment na, so we'll understand J3, yeah, so J3 is having it has to hold the work or workpiece, it has to hold the tool also, that's why J3 is carrying more load here. Even though it's within the level of 100%, which is capable, which is that joint is capable of moving. In maintenance also we can see its moment maintenance forecast. If you go, so what is a belt life, what is greasing life, it's remaining. So this is a value of each joint grease level, it is 0 to 24,000 unit. So it is in terms of hour, remaining hours, how much it is there. Okay, then belt, so J1, J3, J4, there are belts used in the motor inside. So that belt level and tension also we can check in terms of days. If you want to check, it will come into the days. 1500 days it is allowed. Okay. So this data also, forecast data, maintenance data also, if you want to take the backup, it's possible. In other options, we can take the backup and restore it also. So there are simulation part also, like advanced simulation parts also, we can create some tools also here in this. Okay, but so it is up to us, we can create the tools our own in RT Toolbox, or we can create in the SolidWorks, for example. Okay, and we can import it to the RT Toolbox 3 here. So that is also possible. Okay, so this is simple information on handling this software. So we have like advanced simulation also, lot of things are there, and also like you want to simulate PLC also. If you don't if you are not connected to the PLC, if you want to simulate it, there is a IO simulator settings also here, and 3D camera calibration we can do here. Then there is a 2D vision calibration. So all these options are available. Okay. So any questions you have, query on this software? So you will get idea when you work on that. Okay. So but this is our Mitsubishi robot software. So it is user friendly. Okay, so you can easily teach the robot and create the programs here. So anything you want to, any additional information you want me to discuss here? Hello? Just a minute, sir.
So, dear participants, if you have any doubt, you can ask, sir.
Or any additional information you want me to discuss here, also let me know.
I think no doubt from the participant side, sir. I think
Yeah,
so.
sir. This is a new topic. I think somewhat it is.
Okay, sir.
That's
Okay,
why.
sir.
Uh,
Okay, sir. Thank you, Muttappa, sir. So thanks for giving the extraordinary guest lecture on requirements of robots and in industry and programming of robots. I hope that our participants gain more practical usage of robot and its different types. So thank you so much for accepting our invitation and delivering this lecture, sir. So thank you so much, sir. I also thank Mitsubishi Electric India Private Limited for accepting our invitation.
Sir, good evening, sir. This is Jay Kumar.
yeah, sir.
Sir, can you share this today's session video, sir? Because I have missed some of the portion. Is it
Okay.
possible, sir?
Sir Mohan, sir. I think you created its recording, na?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes, it is recorded and everything will be uploaded in the Google Classroom, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I have shared the Google Classroom in our WhatsApp group, sir. With the help of that, you can join in that, sir. So
Okay,
you
sir.
can
Thank you.
access all the materials, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So once again, I thank you, sir, and I also thank Mitsubishi Electric India Private Limited for accepting and our invitation and appointing us such a knowledgeable person for this FTP, sir. So thank you so much, Muttappa, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. For nominating me for this training. Okay, thank you everyone for your attendance. Also, thank you so much. See you in future. Okay.
Okay, sir. So, dear participants, thank you for attending the day one FTP. I hope that you have enjoyed the sessions and learned new things. So, thank you once again, and meet you all tomorrow session. Thank you all.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, kindly fill the. I have posted the feedback form in the chat box. So, kindly submit your session 3 feedback. Thank you.